Hello everyone, this is Lenin, Department of English, St. Joseph's College of Arts and Science, Cuddalore 1. Now, the title of discussion is a poem written by Langston Hughes, an Afro-American writer. The title of the poem is I Too Sing America. So we see a picture of Langston Hughes. I too, Langston Hughes, his poetry and his legacy. Who is Langston Hughes? We shall have a short introduction of the author. Langston Hughes was a prominent figure during the Harlem Renaissance in the earlier 20th century. Harlem Renaissance is a time where a period in the 1920s when African American achievements in art and music and literature also flourished. His connection to Harlem in his writing earned him the title Poet Laureate of Harlem. He was also known for the use of jazz music and black folk rhythm in his poetry, which depicted the experiences of the urban African American. His literary works. As far as his literary contribution is concerned, Hughes wrote more than 60 works. He is very well known for his poetry, fiction, autobiographies, and children's books. Most of the writers from Africa wrote autobiographies because America is not the land. They settle here, they experience, they write what they experienced. As far as his distinguished works are concerned, The Negro Speaks of the River, the most famous poem, is being set up as an important Afro-American piece in all the syllabus across Indian universities. In 1924, Langston Hughes wrote his first book of poetry entitled The Weary Blues. In 1930, he wrote his first novel, Not Without Laughter, which won him the Harman Gold Medal for Literature. As far as our present topic of discussion is concerned, I Too Sing America, Hughes wrote this poem in the year 1925. He used vivid imagery and his expression towards racism, which had been the cruel practice in America. So the text of the poem, you can see how the Americans use the Africans as slaves in the fields, in the workplaces, in the work atmosphere, in the society, in the market, in everyday walks of life. Wherever the Africans are there, wherever the Africans are seen, they are employed as slaves or else inferior to the whites. Let me read the text of the poem. I too sing America, I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when the company comes. But I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow I will be at the table. When company comes, nobody will dare to say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they will see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am America. A very short poem, a very short but very effective poem. As far as the lines are concerned, they are very effectively used in order to showcase, in order to portray how racism was very cruelly followed in America. Being a settler, Langston Hughes felt the pain. Being a settler, Langston Hughes wanted to express the pains of his society, of his people. The analysis of the poem is concerned, I too is an anti-discrimination poem which shows the injustice of racism. This poem is highly considered as the racism poem. Why? Because it shows light, it highlights the practice of racism which had been a cruel form followed by the whites. The poem is situated in America and describes a black man's personal experience with racial discrimination, how a black has been concerned, how a black has been viewed, how a black is treated. He is treated as if he is an embarrassment to the white people and made to feel inferior to them. The way the white treated them, the way the white analyzed them, the way the white gave respect to them, made them to feel as if they are inferior to whites. This is the picture of Africans in America before 1950s. The tone changes throughout the poem. The first part of the poem, the poet expressed how he felt ashamed, how he was inferior to the whites. But when the second part of the poem is concerned, when the second part of the poem is focused, he wanted to he wanted to determine that he will be also a treasure to a nation. He considered America as his nation. In the first line, the tone is patriotic. The line, I too sing America, though he is a settler, though he is from Africa, he belonged to that nation, indicates a national anthem and symbolizes unity throughout the nation. In the next stanza, the tone is of anger, strength, and determination. This can be very well seen by the words he had used. They will not have the dare to say me, go to the kitchen. Just see the words, go to the kitchen, the company comes. The man is enraged at how he is treated, but he knows he is strong enough to fight back. This is evident in the line, but I laugh and eat and grow strong. A man cannot be always be considered as an inferior one. The following stanza's tone is a warning and caution. In the first part of the poem is too short, as I mentioned earlier. The first part of the poem, the inferiority complex is being expressed through the poetical words. But the second half is concerned, he gives us a warning and caution to the Americans. The man warns the people that he will demand to be treated equal. Equality was demanded by the Africans. They were not even considered as people. They were not even considered as humans. The whites considered Africans as evil. They are the spirit which brings evil to the world. This is what the white considered. Overall, this poem shows Hughes' ability to persevere despite unequal conditions in America. America was not the favorable land where blacks can easily settle, where blacks can easily roam, where the Africans can easily do business. Hughes reveals how America covers up her racial discrimination problems. America is a land which do not focus on the racial discrimination followed by the people. Hughes also wants to convey the importance of racial equality. Hughes here not only speaking for him but for his whole entire community, Afro-Americans, because the white considered black as inferior, the secondary. The whites did not even show respect for the people, African people. That's the reason why Hughes wanted to convey the importance of racial equality. Africans are also human. They deserve this planet. They have equal rights as the whites have. He wants the reader to understand that this work is not just a personal experience but a voice of his people. It should be very clearly seen here. Langston Hughes wrote this poem not for himself, not for his literary contribution, but for the expression of the feelings of his entire community. The blacks are terribly, brutally attacked. The blacks were brutally murdered. The blacks were not even given place to sit in the bus in America. They were not allowed to roam freely in America. They were not even allowed to go as the Americans do. So, Langston Hughes wanted to share the experience of his community faced in the alien land America. How they are suppressed, how they are oppressed, how they were treated inferior, how they were brutally murdered, how they were brutally serving as slaves in whites' houses. At no point Hughes and his community people enjoyed liberty, freedom. That's the reason why Hughes talks about the racial equality through this short poem. So have a clear picture of Langston Hughes' I Too Sing America. I hope this presentation would help you a lot to understand this poem to a larger extent. Thank you, and we will meet again.